Hello and welcome. You know, when you first decide to dive into something big and complex like Citrix, there's this amazing spark of excitement, right? A new mountain to climb, a new world to explore. But what happens when that spark starts to feel a little too hot? Today, we're going to talk about how to learn a really demanding skill without letting that fire burn you out.
So let me ask you, and be honest with yourself. Have you ever looked at everything you need to know and just felt completely overwhelmed? Like you're standing at the shore of an ocean with just a tiny cup.
And does it sometimes feel like you're the only one who's struggling? You look over at your colleagues and it just seems like they all get it. Like they're speaking a language you haven't quite learned yet. And that leads to this sinking feeling that you're falling behind. You're exhausted after a long day, but you still force yourself to study, to push, because you feel like you have to. Well, that feeling, it actually has a name. It's burnout. That's where this road leads if you're not careful. That initial exciting flame you felt, it gets smothered by pressure and stress. And that constant stress, well, it just hollows you out from the inside. And honestly, it's no wonder we feel this way. I mean, just look at the Citrix universe. It's not one single piece of tech. It's a whole galaxy of interconnected systems. You've got your delivery controllers, your VDAs, StoreFront, ADC, and that's not even counting all the other stuff it relies on, like SQL, Active Directory, networking. You get the picture. It feels endless because, well, it kind of is. And here's where we really get ourselves into trouble: the comparison trap. We see a senior engineer who's been doing this for a decade, and we compare our first year, our confusion, our small fixes, to their expertise. It's like comparing a sapling to a giant redwood tree. It's not just unfair to yourself, it's the fastest way to get discouraged. Remember, every single expert out there was a beginner once, feeling just as lost as you might feel right now. So, what do we do? The instinct is to just grind harder, right? Study late into the night, watch endless videos, collect certifications. But here's the thing, that's not sustainable. Overstudying isn't the same as smart studying. Your brain actually needs a break to connect the dots. Believe it or not, there's a much better and frankly calmer way to do this. And that way is called layered learning. Instead of trying to drink from a fire hose, you just take it one sip at a time. So, for example, you focus only on the delivery controller, nothing else. Then you really master one of its main jobs, like how VDAs register. Once that clicks, you add the next layer, like how authentication works with it. See? Each piece builds on the last. It's structure, and structure creates calm. You know, the most powerful learning doesn't come from a book or a course. It comes from what we can call experience-anchored knowledge. It's that deep aha moment you get when you solve a real problem for a real user, when you troubleshoot a live issue. That's when all the theory actually starts to make sense. You have to spend time in the trenches. This all points to a really big shift in how you think. You have to accept that you are never going to know everything. Not even the top architects know everything. The goal isn't to get rid of uncertainty. That's just impossible. Real professional growth, real maturity, comes from getting comfortable with navigating that uncertainty. And a huge part of that is learning to rest without feeling guilty. I know so many of us feel that if we aren't studying, we're falling behind, but that's just a myth. Being tired is the enemy of learning. Rest is not a weakness. It is your best strategy. It gives your brain the space it needs for all that information to actually stick. So it really boils down to two different ways of thinking. There's the operator's mindset, which is all about reacting. It rushes to know everything now. It chases after every certification to feel validated. But then there's the architect's mindset. This one is strategic. It asks why. It focuses on what's important right now. And it patiently builds a strong, deep foundation of knowledge that lasts. So how do we get that architect's mindset? It's all about building simple, sustainable habits. Aim to learn consistently, not intensely. Trust me, one solid hour a day is way more powerful than a panicked 8-hour cram session on a Saturday. Except that real growth is slow. When things go wrong, reflect on it. Write down what you learn. And here's the most powerful tip: teach someone else. If you can explain it simply, you truly understand it. Let's just zoom out for a minute. Your career is going to last for decades. Burning yourself out in the first couple of years helps no one, especially not you. Year 1 is for building your foundation. By year 5, you're getting deeper. By year 10, you start to see the big picture. It's a journey, folks, not a sprint to the finish line. And this all brings us to a really beautiful idea: calm ambition. It means you can be incredibly ambitious. You can want to grow and achieve amazing things without being constantly anxious and stressed out. It's about chasing growth, but without that toxic pressure to rush. It's switching your focus from how fast can I get there to how well can I build this.
So if you only take one single thing away from our chat today, please let it be this. In the long run, longevity always, always matters more than speed. Building a career that lasts is the real win. So I'll leave you with a question to think about. Have you ever felt this way, burned out while trying to learn something hard? And if you did, what did you do to reset? What helped you find a better path? Because in the end, your journey, at your pace, that's what truly matters.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for watching this video. My name is Naresh. I am the content creator behind this YouTube channel. I have created a community for Citrix learners where I will be posting a lot of details on Citrix products and how to work in Citrix environments. I'm going to mention the link in the video description so you can click on that link and you can become part of the community. All right, see you soon. Bye bye.